in the chat would love your thoughts on this. Yo, Lonzo, this scene in Straight Outta Compton when Suge and his dudes is going off on Eazy, that ain't happened, right? And I'm just reading it verbatim. Or not verbatim, but word for word or whatever.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Eazy wasn't that he wasn't that stupid. I don't think he'd have ran up on Suge and some dudes. But now they might have caught him someplace. But I never heard them doing anything like that. I heard they was trying to get him to persuade him to sign off on Dre and him. And I think he did. I think he did do something like that. Now I think about it, Doc. He did. They did catch him someplace, but he signed the name Mickey Mouse. And yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And Vista Light 1972 asked me did I ever? No, it's Mike. Mike, did I ever wear a high heel?
Oh yeah, men high heel shoes in the 80s.
Oh no, man, I ain't wear no high heels. But I tell you what I did wear in the 70s. Nigga, I had some platforms. And I tell you what, them was the most uncomfortable motherfuckers you ever put on your feet. Because they're technically a form of high heels. Because the heel on the pair of platforms is about 3.5 inches, and then the platform is about another inch. So you off the ground about you get about 2.5 inches off your original height, and your feet kind of mash to the front. I never forget. I was so glad when platforms went out of style, started wearing flats again. I was so happy. My feet felt so much better. It was so
probably hard to get into a fight in those platforms too, huh?
Yeah, you can't
looking like two giraffes on roller skates.
You can't fight on one of them damn things, dude. You're not playing basketball in no damn platforms. You're gonna break the heels.
That's hilarious, dude. Hey, going back to, I want to give a shout out, going back to the Eazy E thing with the Suge Knight, and if that really happened in Straight Outta Compton, I want to encourage you guys to check out some of the interviews that Lonzo has on this channel, because we have a great interview with Mike Klein, who was head security for Ruthless, amongst a lot of other things, and he talks about that specifically. And then we also have a great interview on the channel with Animal, who was one of Eazy E's main security, and he also acknowledged this. And one common thing that they both said that I do remember is, if Eazy E got beat like that, there would be hell to pay. And so they both said that they don't believe it happened from their point of view.
I know people they have beat up before. He might have got jammed up. He didn't get beat up.
Yeah, different story. Yep, that's two different things right there. Hey, this is a nice message. Hyperbian Apollo says, your story is inspiring, Lonzo. I'm a 24-year-old from Scandinavia. Shout out to Scandinavia, and Sweden's in the building, man. We're international, Lonzo. But shout out to Scandinavia. Says, I'm a 24-year-old from Scandinavia and love all of your stories and how you help Eazy E and the rest of them. Dude, does it get any better than that, Lonzo? Real talk, man. Like, you're not a big old superstar. You ain't got billions and billions of dollars, but does it get any better than that, man?
No, man, not at all. I appreciate that, dude. I really do. I really do appreciate that, Doc. I do this for a couple of reasons, man. This, my dad, my uncles, my neighborhood guys, as a kid, I would love to just ease up to their conversation to hear their stories, man, because they had some of the craziest shit. And some people be embellishing. In some cases, they just straight up lying. But that shit was so damn hilarious. I couldn't help but be, I loved it. And technology has provided us a platform. We can share these stories from the 80s and 90s with y'all, man. And it's cool, Doc. I enjoy telling stories. And one thing I tell anybody, I ain't got a lot to kick it. Okay. If I'm gonna throw somebody on the bus, I'm probably gonna have tracks on my ass too. Okay, because I will do that. I ain't gonna make myself a hero just to make somebody else a zero. I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. That's one thing you're not going to get on this channel. That's for damn sure. Lonzo's told several stories, several different times, and same damn time they're the same story. There ain't no changing up. Hey, Easy Steve wants to know, I would love to know this as well. First of all, do you keep in touch with the Samoan twins, Eazy's bodyguards, and will we be interviewing them one day?
I saw one of them at the Eazy Street. He said he would do the interview. but I didn't get his damn number. Y'all got it though. Okay. Jake and John. Dude, them was my dudes right there. Man, them was some cool dudes. Both of them was cool as ice, man. They would come out here and kick him Eazy on a regular basis. When Yella was doing his I'm trying to find another word. His video productions at my house.
Corn.
The corn, do the corn shows. They would sit out, we sit on the patio and play dominoes for hours on end, man. Just they do some smooth dudes, man. You know, and one thing about them, they stay loyal to Eazy no matter what. You don't see them doing interviews. But I talked to him, I said, man, we got to have a talk. He says yes. And I got it. Now that you reminded me, I'm going to get this number from Eazy, from Yella, and give him a call.
Yeah. And we've had a lot of first. Hold on one second. We've had the interviews before. Mike Klein being one of them. He was the first interview he ever really did on YouTube was right here on this channel because he has so much trust for you and your brand. He knows your legacy for Eazy. He knows you're not going to spoil Eazy's legacy. You know what I mean? Right.
You know who I talked to on the other day on the phone? Jaguar Wright.
Ooh. You see me just shiver right there? We got to do a Jed. Man, she has a lot of insight, bro. Boy, apparently, is all I'm going to say.
Her stuff is so deep, dude. Man, my phone being tapped.
Man, dog, right? I'll be listening to her sometime. Like, I feel like the feds are going to kick my door down, dog.
I'm like, huh? She said some stuff of the day, man. She knows a friend of mine. I called him to ask him a question. Hey, Lonzo, how you doing? She gets on the phone. I'm like, damn. She got to talking, just running off stuff about that case she had about the allegedly stolen vehicle. Well, she said she messed around there and that something happened. How somebody she had ridden a U-Haul and took it back. Went to take it back and she got arrested and for something else, and they tried to get her with grand theft or something like that. Bottom line is the U-Haul has been turned in, or was an impound, something like that. Anyway, Doc, I mean, just when you hear stuff on the internet, you hear the calculated version of it, and they put their bullshit on it, and then you talk to the person who actually did it, who was experiencing it, and it's okay, that makes sense now. But it made it sound like she was on some crazy shit, and she's wanted. She got out of jail and said 2 days later. They never talk about that part when she got out of jail. They talked about the time when she went to jail. They didn't say she was free. And that's the part I can't stand about the internet. They only go for the sensationalism, never the reality.
That's the BS. We got a couple more minutes, man. Let's wrap it up, Lonzo. Before we leave, I'm asking everybody to hit that like button one more time before we head out. But before we go, man, all right, so the premiere of the documentary is over. Compton College, it was a great success.